Hi again, everyone. I am Chad Harberts. Welcome to High School Huddle. On the show tonight, we have exclusive coverage of some of the best boys high school golfers in the state, including two Division I signees. Later in the show, John Gunderson sits down with the Class 5A first-team All-State quarterback to talk about his post-prep plans. First up, though, the weather is finally starting to turn, which means the spring sports action is also heating up. It has been a strange spring sports season. Hundreds of events canceled due to weather. Many more than that have been rescheduled. And now that the weather is warming up, the regular season is coming to an end. And the postseason, the state qualifying, is starting this week for a few of those sports. Let's get caught up with the latest boys and girls soccer rankings, starting with the girls division. In Class 3A, the top three teams stay the same: Waukee Northwest, West Des Moines Valley, and Ankeny Centennial. Waukee Northwest 6-0-2 on the year. A little shakeup after that as Waukee jumps from 6th to 4th, and Ankeny drops down to 6th place. In Class 2A, Waverly Shell Rock, the only undefeated, untied team in the poll. The Go Hawks now 8-0 on the season. Top 7 teams all stay the same. ADM moves up to 8, Spencer up to 9, Gilbert up to 10 as Lewis Central falls back to number 11. In Class 1A, the top 10 teams all remain unchanged from last week. Assumption on top at 6-2. Des Moines Christians 9-1-1. Denver, the defending state runners-up, lurking at 9-0-1, and fellow NICL team Hudson is 10-1 so far this season. Now let's move over to boys soccer. A pair of unbeaten teams atop the Class 4A poll. Ankeny Centennial 8-0-2 this year, while Prairie is 8-0-1 in 2026. In Class 3A, the top three teams, Dallas Center, Grimes, Xavier, and Marion, have a combined 1 loss this season. Dallas Center Grimes 10-1-1 atop the 3A poll. In Class 2A, Gilbert undefeated on the year, 10-0-0 this season. And down at the bottom of the 10 spot, Wright County, 10 wins, no losses, and 3 ties in Class 2A. And in the small class, Class 1A, very tight at the top. Regina Catholic 9-0-1. West Sioux 8-1-1. Trainer 9-0-0. And West Central Valley 8-1-1. GCGR, Grundy Center, Gladbrook, Rhinebeck rounds out the top 10 at 6-3-0 this season. On Monday, the entire Mississippi Valley Conference got together in Cedar Falls. That's all the teams from Cedar Rapids, from Iowa City, Dubuque, and Waterloo converging on Cedar Falls for the MVC Super Meet. High School Huddle was there to catch up on the action at Pheasant Ridge Golf Course. Bree Stegel of Waterloo West in the black, Mack Urbanek of Cedar Falls in the red, waiting between holes on number 9. Good drives by Urbanek and Stegel, playing in very windy conditions at Pheasant Ridge on Monday. Urbanek with a sand save here. Great chip, and she would make that putt to get a par. Stegel misses her par putt, has to settle for a bogey on this hole. Moving to 10, Stegel had a big drive on this par 4, short chip. Wind bats it down a little bit. Misses the birdie putt. Urbanek with a par putt. Can't quite get that to fall. Stegel gets the par, Urbanek gets the birdie. Stegel would end up finishing in the top 10 at the MVC Super Meet as they hand out the medals to all the final 10 spots, including Ainsley Wilson of Iowa City West, who is your champion at this year's MVC Super Meet. And there's Bree Stagel, who shot an 80 on the day for Waterloo United. We talked to her after the meet.
It was pretty rough, but it's nice to place top 10. It's kind of fun, but yeah, it was okay.
So windy today. Hard to shape shots like you wanted to?
Yeah, that was definitely hard, and I think some off the tee, it kind of pushed it, like where I couldn't really get the spots I wanted to, so that was kind of challenging, but yeah.
A little tough with pace of play too. I mean, you're a two-some, you're behind all the threesomes. You feel like you had to wait a lot.
For sure, we were sitting out there for a while. Yep.
What do you want to take away from this as the postseason's kind of coming up?
I mean, I think as the postseason's coming up, even though it felt not very good, I started not very good. It was kind of nice to know I could come back. I started 4 over through 5. So, I mean, those last 6 holes, I think I was 4 over. But other than that, I had a good stretch of pars, so that was nice.
Tough day, windy day. We played well, though. We got a lot of work to do, but we'll keep at it and keep plugging away, and hopefully we can get a little better each day.
You know, there's always a battle at some point of the season, right? So you don't know if when that battle's going to happen. We're kind of in the thick of our battle right now. So instead of worrying about our score today, we just kind of looked at some things that we needed to work on, and we were able to make some ground there. Our big thing today was how many greens in regulation can we get to, and kind of took the focus off the score and worrying about that, got them out of their head a little bit. Our scores are right where they should be. I mean, I think everybody hopes that's golf, right? Everybody hopes to do better every day, but we're just gonna in the grinding session of the season to do whatever we need to do to get ready for regionals.
Regional golf starts this week on May 15, finals on May 20. Here's a look at the regionals around the state. We have plenty more to come on High School Huddle, including a look at 2 of the best boys golfers in the state. One is going to the Big Ten, one is going to the ACC. Plus our interview with one of the top quarterbacks in the state. Stay tuned for more High School Huddle. The Chad Harbert Show on the Sports Guys Iowa Network, where we talk high school sports in Iowa as much as we can, as long as we can, because I could talk high school sports all day. If you love high school sports like I do, this is the place to be, because we're talking to the coaches, we're talking with the athletes, we're talking with the administrators. So glad to have you part of the Sports Guys Iowa Network and checking out the Chad Harbert Show. Share it with your friends. Let people know what's out there. The podcast network is growing. The Chad Harbert Show is growing, and we've got great things planned for you still this year, and even bigger things planned coming up this fall. So make sure you subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Make sure you're bookmarking that on Spotify or the Apple Podcast, because the Sports Guys Iowa Network is going places. We want to make sure you come along for the ride. Don't forget to go to our website, sportsguysiowa.com, to check out the latest blog post and to click the link to upload your video to High School Huddle. We want to showcase varsity sports teams from across the state on the show, and you can do that by going to the sportsguysiowa.com website and submitting those videos. Thursday, the 15 teams from the North Iowa Cedar League came to Cedar Falls. This is everything you would want in a great golf tournament. Defending state champions, check. Individual state tournament champion, check. 3 Division I and Division II golfers in the same foursome, check. This was going to be some great golf. Back to Cedar Falls we go. 4 of the best golfers in the state in the same foursome. Camden Brendan of Columbus Catholic. East Marshall's Cody Weaver, who's going to Iowa next season. Freshman state champion and last year's state runner-up, Judd Jarosky of Grundy Center. And Benny Waller of Appleton Parkersburg, who's going to play Division II golf at Minnesota State next year. Weaver led this tournament pretty much start to finish. He shoots a 369 at Pheasant Ridge and wins the North Iowa Cedar League tournament for 2026. Columbus Catholic, who finished third last year, wins the team title by 6 strokes over East Marshall, Grundy Center, and Appleton Parkersburg. Individually, Weaver with a 369. Max Mudd closes with 3 straight birdies to finish second at even par. Judd Jarofsky 5 over at 1 point, finishes 2 over, and ends in third place. After the photos of the victorious Sailors team, we caught up with head coach Mike Schuckman and freshman runner-up Max Mudd. 2 kind of mini state meets this week. You win them both. You win again today. Just your thoughts on how your team played.
Super proud of the kids. I mean, we had 5 and 6 guys battle hard, use their scores. Had a freshman, Max Mudd, finished second overall. Birdied his last 3 holes. So we got 6 guys that can golf their golf ball. It'll be nice if we get all 6 guys on the same page and scoring at one time. But crazy week, and our motto is May is our month, and that's when we need to be good. We need to be good in May. Like what happens in April, we had some ups and downs, and not a lot of team chemistry in the month of April, so we had some ups and downs there. But we now we're gelling at the right time, and you just need to be good in the month of May.
I'm sorry, what's it about your team that a different guy can step up every single time?
Well, I think we throw guys out, like other than Cam and Max have been our top 2 dogs, right? But the other 4 have all played in different positions, 3 to 6, and we just move them around. And I said, you know what? These numbers 1 through 6 don't mean anything. We're a team of 6, and we just need to play for the guy in front of us and the guy behind us, and play hard. And you never know, because this conference and moving forward into the postseason, if there's a tie, it comes to the fifth guy, and it's going to happen in the next 3 weeks probably, because there's so many good teams. And so everybody's asking, where am I at? Is my score going to count? I said, yeah, every score is going to count. So we just got to golf our ball and play hard. So
I think you had 3 guys in the top 6 today or something like that. I mean, just a really good showing.
Yeah, three guys. Quinn Lowry played great, and then Colton Kane was 5 over after 5 holes, and finished 80, and we used a score. So that's a testament to a kid who's a sophomore who has never been in this situation, that never gave up, and that's awesome. And then Cam, I know finished rough for Cam, but shot 76, finished in the top 6. We used a score, and he's better than 76, but and then Max Mudd birding his last 3 holes as a freshman out here, 16, 17, 18 is unbelievable.
It was very good. It was a lot of fun playing out there, celebrating with my team. It was really fun.
Freshman finishing second in the NICL, how's that feel?
Feels great. I got a lot of years coming up, and I'm excited for the future.
Down the stretch, 3 straight birdies. What kind of change those last 3 holes?
Just a complete change. Coach told me to just focus in, lock in, and I did that, and it worked.
The Sailors get 2 wins this week, defending state champs. How's this feel kind of going into the postseason, being on kind of a heater?
This feels great. I'm excited. Our whole team's excited for state, and I think we're going to do good.
Cody Weaver had himself a week. Monday in Waterloo, Thursday in Cedar Falls. He was medalist both times against elite fields. He was also the only golfer to finish both tournaments under par. Cody Weaver, the sensational senior from LeGrand, having a great season for East Marshall. The only player to finish below par at the NICL meet. Back on Monday, he was the only player to finish below par at the Columbus Catholic Sailors Invitational at Sunnyside in Waterloo. He is going to the University of Iowa next season to play collegiate golf. After the year he's having this year, the Hawkeyes can't wait to get him. So Cody, this is kind of 2 little mini state tournaments. I know East Marshall's in a different division going forward, but these NICL tournaments are like state tournaments. How's it feel to have 2 of these this week, be medalists twice?
Yeah, it's great. The competition we have at this, we're fortunate to have in this conference, and a lot of great players and great teams overall too. Great units to get us really prepared for the state tournament, so that we're not not going in there blind, and we know exactly what we need to do, and it's just great preparation.
You're out there with Judd, with Benny, with Camden, guys you played against a lot in your career. What does that kind of bring out of all the four of you, having to play each other all the time?
Yeah, it brings out the best in us. I think playing with the best that we have that the conference has to offer, and really in the state has to offer, and we build off each other's momentum, and we've gotten to know each other quite well over playing together for so many rounds, and it helps being comfortable out there playing with guys that you enjoy being around.
When you see the state kind of going forward, the postseason going forward, your thoughts on the whole East Marshall team?
Yeah, we're really excited to see what we can do. We're starting to play well at the right time, and we're really excited to try and get back to that state tournament and see what we can do at the 1A level.
You got your college decision out of the way. Iowa's all set in stone. Does that kind of take something off your plate where you can just concentrate on your senior season of golf?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. It takes the pressure of always someone watching and trying to prove yourself to others is now off the plate, and it feels really relieving, and it's easier to be free out there on the course.
Cody Weaver, 11 tournaments played this year, 8 tournament championships, and the best out of all, he's played 144 total holes this season, and he's 4 under par combined in those 144 holes. As we go to break, here are the sectional assignments for boys golf starting on Wednesday all across the state. More High School Huddle coming up right after this.
Welcome to Deep in the Valley, a Missouri Valley basketball podcast. I'm Chris Bowser, joined by Brian Dutler, and this is your home for everything happening across the Valley. We appreciate everyone spending some time with us talking Valley basketball. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and follow along as we cover everything Valley basketball all year long, from Cedar Falls to Des Moines, Nashville to Normal, Carbondale to Chicago. This is a league rich in college basketball history and programs that have made a lasting impact on the sport. We'll be here every week to tell those stories. We'll see you next time, Deep in the Valley.
On Thursday, while I was chasing the NICL golfers around Pheasant Ridge, our producer John Gunderson was in football mode. John had a chance to sit down with Mack Heitland, the Class 5A All-State quarterback.
Chad is at a golf event today up in the northeast part of the state, and we wanted to interview Mack Heitland, who is a multi-sport athlete from Waukee Northwest, who last week had some big news. Mack?
Yes, sir.
Mack, you decided to declare where you're going to play football in 2027, 28, and you chose Western Illinois.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about your background. What are you doing right now? What sport you're involved in? Because I know you're a multi-sport athlete.
Right now, I am in baseball. This year, I didn't do track. Did a lot of football stuff so I could go on visits, find out where I want to go play, and which I did. So I was pretty pumped about that. We just started our first practice on Monday. Really excited to start baseball this year. I think we'll be pretty solid, young team, but it should be super fun. Yeah.
Good. And then you flow right into football.
Yep.
And coming off a trip to Cedar Falls, I believe it's the school's first trip ever to the Dome.
Yep. First
last
one.
year. Had a very good year. I'm going to get the stats wrong, but I think you had 28 touchdowns, and it looks like a typo. 0 interceptions, really?
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, Mack's dad is the offensive coordinator. Brent is the offensive coordinator for Waukee Northwest. So you must have been calling some pretty good plays for you.
Yeah. I got the good connection.
Good connection. Or Green and Oliver just caught everything you threw to them, right?
Oh, yeah. They're awesome.
So you got a good team coming back. Talk about a little bit what's coming back this fall. You got Green, and just fill me in on what you think Northwest football is going to look like in the fall.
Yeah, I think we'll be a really good team again this year. We lose some really good kids, Division I, Division II talent. But then, yeah, we return Jordan, and Joe's in there, who just committed to Iowa State, so I'm super pumped for him. Paulo, returns. I know he played a little bit last year, and then got a couple really good linemen coming back. So I think it will be pretty solid. I'm really excited to see what we do because I think we can make another run at it again.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it'd be great to get back to the Dome.
Yeah.
If you can put 2 years of back-to-back goose eggs up in the interception column, they might have to do a bronze statue of you out front of Northwest Stadium. So best of luck on that. It's really exciting. So let's talk about your big news. You made a lot of visits. What enticed you about signing with Western in Western Illinois and Macomb, Illinois? What is that, about a 3.5-hour drive or so from home?
Yeah, about 3.5, 3:45.
3:45.
Not too bad.
They're in the Ohio Valley, so you're going to be playing, if I'm right, like the Austin Peas, a lot of teams east of you.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I think you're going to really enjoy traveling in the South. So what made you declare now?
I would say right when I got there, I kind of knew compared to all other places I'd been, it was just like kind of like different. I really liked it. Right when I got there, the coaches all agreed with me and they were ecstatic to have me out there. I met with Coach Davis and he was super pumped. He loved talking to me. I loved talking to him. So we already had that great connection, relationship. Their staff's awesome. They're all pretty much the same. And the community is super invested in football, that was pretty big for me.
Yeah, well, that's great. They're the former home of the St. Louis Rams. They had training camp there. NFL alumni Brian Cox, for those of you that may be older like myself, a great Miami Dolphin. I believe his name's on a weight room there in the facilities. So they've got really good facilities. I think the move to the OVC is a good choice for them, which they made a couple of years ago. So I think you can go down there and make some noise. I think it's a great place. You're pretty close to St. Louis. You can get there pretty fast. Close enough to home, 3.5 hours. And Western Illinois has one of the coolest logos. That Bulldog Leatherneck is a really cool logo. So your dad's going to be able, and your whole family is going to be able to wear some cool gear. Speaking of which, your uncle coaches Dallas Center Grimes, right? And your cousin. Your cousin, senior over there. Are they going to get some gear from Western?
I hope so. I believe that Coach Davis is heading out here next week. So I'm excited to see who he talks to and who he can get out there.
Was that sort of some foreshadowing? Maybe he'll be talking to you.
Yeah, I would love to play with my cousin. I think that would be awesome. Grandma and grandpa would love that.
Yeah, they sure would. So Dallas Center Grimes had a heck of a year last year, and they should be pretty strong coming back. So pretty cool that the two brothers were right close to each other, and both you and your cousin are the same age. He's going to have a big fall. He had a big fall last year, so excited for him. Macomb's cool. You're going to enjoy it. Great town, good facilities. But I think you're moving to the right program. So let's kind of move on to what I would just call the last fun question. Oh, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about how many sports you've been involved in. What's your plan for the fall? You're a really good basketball player on some great teams at Northwest. I believe you were doing track before. I think you're one of those rare 4 and 5A 5-sport athletes at one time, right? So what's your plan as you go through the fall?
So this fall, obviously football. Right now, I'm doing AAU in the summer. But this fall, I'll do football and then basketball again for sure. And then this next year, I will do track again. And then baseball kind of depends when I leave for Western.
Yeah.
If I leave early in June, I probably won't be able to do much baseball. So then I'd be it.
You've done everything but golf and bowling and cross country in your career, which
do it all my free time.
Do it all your free time. Yeah, you got to be one of the most scheduled kids I've ever met. So really excited for you.
Thanks for watching High School Huddle. Remember, you can submit those high school highlights to us at sportsguysiowa.com. For producer extraordinaire John Gunderson, I'm Chad Harberts. Thanks for watching.